All right, in this tutorial, we're going to talk about the PoliticIt campaign's Grow tool. Now, to access the Grow tool, you just come up here to this tab in the upper right-hand corner that looks like two arrows going in opposite directions, and you press it. Now, the Grow tool is an excellent tool for helping you get more followers on Twitter. And obviously, getting more followers on Twitter is a good thing because the more followers you have, whenever you broadcast a message on Twitter, more people are going to see it, more people are going to engage with it, more people are going to share it, which helps you get more buzz around your brand or yourself. So the way you use the Grow tool is you come up here to the search bar and you type in a Twitter username. So we're going to type in Orrin Hatch. Orrin Hatch is a Utah senator. He's a Republican. Now, if I type in Orrin Hatch, what it does is it populates in this window down here everyone who's following Orrin Hatch on Twitter. So all these people you see here are people that are following Orrin Hatch on Twitter. And what we've found on Twitter is if you follow someone on Twitter, there's a good chance that they'll follow you back. And we've seen follow back rates of 15% up to 80%, up to 90% in some cases. So if I went out and followed Orrin Hatch 100 people on Twitter, I could see 15 or more of them following me back as a result of me following them. So if you come up here, you can actually press this little box. It will select 99 people, and you can press follow. And when you press follow, you'll actually follow 99 people. And these people happen to be following Orrin Hatch. So you might say, well, why would I want to follow Orrin Hatch's followers? Well, if I was a Republican in Utah, and I wanted to expand my influence amongst the Republican Party, this would be a good way to do it on Twitter because I could follow Orrin Hatch's followers and get them to follow me back. If I was running in a campaign against Orrin Hatch and I needed to get some of his voters to come over to my side in order to win the election, to get more than 50% of the vote, then this might be a good strategy for me to actually go out and follow his followers on Twitter and get them to see my campaign messaging and get them to come over to my team. Now, you can do more than just typing in usernames. You can type in anything in here. You just have to put it in quotes. So if you wanted to target a hashtag, you type in UtahPOL, hashtag UTPOL, which is a Utah political hashtag. You press enter. It's going to pull up people who have recently used UtahPOL on Twitter, and you can follow them. If you wanted to target people who were interested in buying new shoes or needed new shoes, you could type in I need new shoes and press enter, and it will pull up everyone on Twitter who's recently said that they need new shoes. To navigate between your queries, you'll notice a lot of them are stored up here. You can just click on them. So if I want to go back to Orrin Hatch, I can click right there. It will pull up his followers once again. Once you have these followers in this window, you can do a lot of things. You can apply filters to it. And the way you apply filter is you just click on the filter. So if I wanted to filter based on location, I would just click on location and notice how it's filtering on location. So the way you could use this is you might say, okay, I only want to target people that are following Orrin Hatch that live in Washington, D.C. I'd press location, find all of them in Washington, D.C., click the first one, and then hold down shift and click down here. It selects all of them in between, and then press follow. And it would follow all those people from Washington, D.C. You can filter on their followers, they are following, last time they tweeted, or you are following. So those are some of the filters you can use with the system. Some of the other features on this tool is the unfollow button. So if you click the unfollow button, what it will do is it will pull up everyone that you followed that haven't followed you back. And what you're going to notice when you start following people on Twitter is Twitter's going to tell you that you can't follow any more people at some point, and that's usually around 2,000 people that you followed on Twitter, assuming that you have less than 1,800 followers. And when that happens, what you have to do is you have to start unfollowing people on Twitter so that you can follow more people on Twitter, and that's what this tool helps you do. So when you press unfollow, it pulls up everyone that you followed that hasn't followed you back. You come over here, you select that, you select 99 of them, and you press unfollow. Once you bring your ratio down from how many people you're following compared to how many people are following you, you'll be able to start following people again. Another feature is the follow back button. When you click the follow back button, it will pull up everyone who's followed you on Twitter that you haven't followed back yet. Some people like to follow back people that have followed them, and so this tool is really great for that. You just come over here and select that and press follow. And then finally, the last feature on here is the upload list button. What happens with the upload list button is you can send us a list of voters or donors that you want to target on Twitter. We can find them on Twitter, and then we can attach them to your account. So if we found all of the voters in your district or your area that you're targeting, we would socialize it. We'd find them on Twitter, and then when you press the upload list button, it would populate all of those voters in this window down here so that you could connect with voters directly on Twitter. Now, you'll notice sometimes when you follow someone like Orrin Hatch, for instance. So if we go out and we look at Orrin Hatch's followers, you'll notice that there's multiple pages that are going to appear, and that's because Orrin Hatch has a lot of followers. So you can actually go to page 2 and page 3 or page 4, page 5 or page 6, and those are just more pages of people that are following Orrin Hatch. And this is the PoliticIt Grow tool.